Hi everyone, it's Dr. Vidya here. Welcome to the Dr. Vidya Show. I'm a GP, transformation life coach and a mum. So thank you for joining me today. I'm absolutely honoured to be guiding you during this spiritual awakening. That's what I'm calling the show, The Great Spiritual Awakening. And I'm here as your spiritual warrior of love and light, guiding you through any darkness you may be finding yourself into lightness, and also helping you to harness your inner power. Now, what I want to focus our episode on today is the power of visualization. Now, I've got the phenomenal book here, which has changed my life, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's absolutely phenomenal. Okay. Now, in chapter 6, which is on the mental faculty of imagination, Napoleon Hill describes this beautifully. We have several intellectual faculties, okay, which our mind is governed by, and they're phenomenal. Now, imagination is one of our intellectual faculties, and it's brilliant because you can literally create the life you want using your imagination if you let it. Or you can stand in your own way with negativity, thinking of all the ways in which the life that you really, really want will never happen. So we're going to change that. Napoleon Hill said it brilliantly when he said, the imagination is literally the workshop wherein are fashioned all plans created by people. We can create anything we imagine. Our brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station for the vibration of thought. You see, everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything that you can see has been created. Everything started off initially as a vision, right? Take, for example, this pen. This pen started off in somebody's mind as a vision. They thought about it in detail, about exactly how they wanted it, the colour, the shape, the logo, the details on it. They thought about it in so much detail, and then it came into physical reality. So you see, everything starts with our thoughts, and that's why it's so crucial. We have to ensure that we are vibrating high all the time, because then we're actually using our imagination for good, which means through positive thinking, because we can also create the life that we don't want through negative thinking. You see, worrying is actually praying for what you don't want, right? It's praying for what you don't want. And that's often why some people often find that they have negativity after negativity after negative event after negative event, because there's sometimes a kind of people, not always, but often the people who are always worrying about something. It's almost like they're sort of happy in being negative and sad, if that makes sense. So we really want to ensure that we are intentional with our thoughts. We are positive. Okay, so the way we are going to do this is by using our mind, using our vision. So one other thing I wanted to mention was about how our only limitation within reason lies in the development and use of our imagination. That is the only limitation. And in fact, in U Squared by Price Pritchard, he also mentions about how we can take a quantum leap in our life. It doesn't have to be these slow, tiny, gradual steps making smart goals which take, forever. So it doesn't have to be like that. Okay, you can make a quantum leap towards the life that you want. And yes, this is physics. The law of gravity, the law of attraction, the law of vibration. These are all real laws, okay, and these exist. And actually humanity right now is at a very elementary level, and we're actually not using our intellectual faculties to their full potential. It's crazy. So that's why sometimes when somebody like me comes along and talks about all of this, it sounds very sort of out there, but actually it's because it's something that we've maybe not had the pleasure of being able to use much before. Have you noticed how children really use their imagination, but once we then get into school, it's often seems as if imagination is almost a luxury, and actually it's completely the other way around. So what we want to do is use this phenomenal intellectual faculty that we have to visualize or imagine the life that we really, really want. Be grateful for the life that you have and everything in it, of course. Be absolutely grateful and feel good about it. But you want to not be satisfied. You always want to be striving to be a higher version of yourself, right? You want to be striving to think, is this the maximum of my potential? Am I using all of my potential right now? And you know that there is more that you could be doing. Okay, so do it. That's what our life is for, is to fulfill our life purpose, and it is never too late. So when you are visualizing, what you have to imagine is that you are at a restaurant, okay, and you are placing an order, right? So you're looking at the menu, or maybe it's not even on the menu, but you're basically placing an order, okay? And you have to be like, that really annoying person. Well, it's not annoying. I'm sorry for this person. But that person who's sort of like, no, I want the fish, I'm just making this all up now, but fish to be boiled and then steamed, and then I want butter on the side in this specific dish in this way, and then the spinach has to be steamed and put over here, no, not there, but here, and then the fork and the knife, and no sauce in the salad, and all of that sort of stuff, which is really good for you. You want to be that specific, right? So when you're imagining the life that you want, you can't sort of be vague, because it's like putting in a vague order at a restaurant and being like, I just want some food. Yeah, I just want some tasty food that I'll be happy with. And they're like, okay then. And they'll dish up something which they think, that you'd be happy with. And obviously then you're sort of like, oh, this is not really kind of what I thought it was going to look like. I thought it was different, right? So you have to actually really make it really be specific. How do you do that? To close your eyes, you have to completely relax, okay? When you're relaxing, and you do this before you go to sleep at night and when you wake up, when you're in that sort of very sleepy state, but you're not quite asleep yet, that is, I believe it's the alpha waves. That is when your subconscious mind is much more open to receiving new ideas and new information. And so what you want to do is you want to start priming your subconscious mind, okay? So that's when you want to just relax your muscles, and then that's when your mind starts to relax and your subconscious mind opens. And that's when you really want to imagine the life that you want in specific detail. For example, if there is a specific house that you want, there's a new home that you want, you have to really imagine it. Okay, maybe you know the exact house that you want and you found it and you've looked for it on a property search. Do that, take off the price filters, I don't think I'm mad, but take it all off, because it's not governed by that. This is what you really, really want, remember? This is not about what you think that you should do. This is not about what you think that you can, this is not about the life that you think that you can have, because you are right now, me included, not using actually all of your intellectual faculties to their full potential. So actually, we actually can't even imagine our full potential at this current level of awareness, right? As we are becoming the highest version of ourselves and we are raising our level of awareness, then we start imagining things that we think, gosh, I didn't even know that was possible when my level of awareness was down here. Do you see what I'm saying? So actually, the craziest, biggest dream that you're imagining right now is actually probably pretty small, because what will happen is you will get to that big dream. You will, if you really want it and use positive thinking, it has to come into form. You'll get there and you'll think, oh, I actually could have I actually could have gone further. So dream big, okay? And yes, that scary dream that you're thinking of right now, that's a bit like, gosh, I've actually told people this, then yeah, like they would think I'm crazy. So that's the one. And probably times it by 10 and make it bigger. So big, big, big. What do you really, really want? And then get a pen. Turn it the right way around. Get a pen and write it out exactly what you want. You know, like you're making, like you're doing a play, and you're having to describe the scene. You know, the house, it looks like this, it's this many bedrooms, it's, you know, the bathroom, and the bathroom looks like this, and it's this type of bath, like a Victorian thing, and it's got these kind of taps, and, you know, be really specific and really look at magazines and look at stuff online. I think, like, as if you're shopping for your home, and be, you know, you're being in your vision as if it is happening, it's already happened, and it's present tense, okay? And before you go to bed at night, and when you wake up, you're imagining that you are in that home right now. You're literally lying in your bed and you are in the master bedroom, or whichever room is yours, and you're imagining that the next room is that dream room that you imagine to be next to it. Maybe it's got an ensuite, and you're imagining what it's like, and you have to really feel it, okay? And as you're falling asleep with those alpha and theta waves, as you fall asleep, visualizing, that's when you're actually on the frequency of the life that you want, okay? And when you do that every single day, in the morning and the evening, and you do it regularly, and you keep doing it, what happens is that you have now you've created that life. You've actually already created it. It's already here. It's just that it's not come into your physical reality yet, okay? Because there's many different planes in life. You've got physical plane, you've got the thought plane, you've got astral plane, which is completely, you know, out of body. When people talk of out of body experience, that's the astral plane. So it's all happening. It's just that we can't see it. When people talk about past loved ones, you know, that they maybe feel their presence, yes, they are there. It's just that it's a completely different plane of existence that they can't physically see it with their naked eye, but they can feel the energy, right? They can feel that they can feel the energy. So it's all happening, right? It's all happening. It's just that it's slowly coming into form, not slowly, but it's coming into form into your physical reality. And what will happen is that you will start using before that, you actually have to make a decision and have belief, right? That this is happening. You don't give any energy at all to about how, oh, it's not going to happen because of this, or who am I to be thinking I could be living in this, you know, 30 million, you know, pound house in, you know, in Godalming, Surrey, or whatever, you know, like, who am I to think that I could have that sort of job, or be the CEO of that company? Who am I to think that I could be with that sort of amazing person, you know, who, you know, and I love to have as my soulmate, you know, who am I to think of those things? And obviously you're always using it for good, you know, this is not like a spell, you know, we're not wizards. But this is using it for good, to see what's the highest version of myself, and what's the maximum potential that I can achieve in this life, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to be really, really imagining the best life that you want, not even feel that you feel is possible, that what you want. Okay, and then you're using your intellectual faculties to bring it into existence. And what will happen is that once you've made a decision that this is happening, like, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to be the president of the United States. But whatever it is, don't worry, Trump is okay. But, you know, I don't know how that's going to happen, but I know that I want to do that. Okay? And when you're doing it, you're using it for good. So if you're imagining you want to have a certain position and there's someone else who's already in that position, you're not imagining, oh, I want that person to get fired and that's why I'm in that position. No, you're thinking, okay, well, the reason I'm in that position now and then they're therefore not in that position is because they've gone on to something even more amazing and even more great after fulfilling that purpose, that role, and they've gone on to do something even better, you know, for them, right? So it's always about synergy, about a win-win solution for all, right? We're not rising high because others are going down. That's not a goal, okay? So we're rising high. Don't think about the how, you know, all you're thinking about is this is for the highest good of all. So this is what I want. I don't know how it's going to happen, but all I know is that want is for the highest good of all. So it's a good want, right? So what we want to do is, as you've made a decision that this is happening, what I really, really want, and you keep that desire and you keep that visualization every morning, every evening, and as a minimum, right, for say 15 minutes a day, in the morning and evening, and you just keep thinking about it, what will happen is that you will start attracting creative strategies into your life as to how that vision must come into form. Okay? So you will be actually starting to create it. For example, I'm writing a children's book at the moment. I'm writing my next book, which with a co-author, and the old me would have thought, oh, suddenly I'm seeing lots of adverts for children's books, or I'm suddenly seeing lots of articles about child psychology, in reading and all of that. And this is aside from, my cookies and my search criteria, obviously, but that's all law of attraction. But so what's happening is that actually this has all been there. It's not that this article was suddenly made. It's not actually magic, but it's just that now my mind is on that frequency and it's starting to actually look, right? So your mind, that's why you don't need to worry about the how, because our faculties are insane. They're amazing. We just don't give them enough credit. So you don't really need to worry about it. It will come into form. You just don't think about the how, because it's probably something, when it's happening, you think, oh, okay, I didn't think it would be this way, but okay, fine, whatever it takes. And the universe or God or the Force or Yoda or whatever you want to call it knows better. So you just have to just trust the process. We're spiritual beings, and focus on your mind is actually already creating it. It's just that it's on that frequency. So you will start finding ways. Maybe you'll start attracting people who are children's book publishers, or people who are really interested in that as well, and they suddenly they might suddenly join my Facebook page, or they might suddenly randomly contact me and come into my life, but actually I've attracted it. So again, it's not magic, it's energy. I've put out that energy now, right? I put that out into the universe. I put out the order. So now the universe is like, oh, okay, that would match that. That would match that. It's like ingredients for the dish. And then it starts coming towards you. So all of these things, just remember everything. Whenever you feel like you're losing belief, just remember that even this phenomenal book, Think and Grow Rich, at one point was just an idea in Andrew Carnegie's mind, and then Napoleon Hill's. So it was just something in his mind where he thought, I'm a millionaire and I really like to help other people to achieve abundance in their life too, infinite abundance, including financial wealth. And I really want to find somebody to do this for me. And that's how he met Napoleon Hill. And then now we have this, and the rest is history. And that's a phenomenal book helping all of us. So this was just an idea. Everything. So this is real. It's just that we're not using our faculties to the full potentials, and that's why it feels really out there, but it's real. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave it today. I'm going to be doing a series on this, so this is just the first lesson on this. We're going to be doing more about visualization and manifestation, and more detail about how to do it. And we'll do a visualization meditation as well. If you're interested in doing visualization meditation in one of these coaching sessions, then please comment down below or PM me or something so that I know, right? I really hope that's helpful. So really think today, what is it that you really, really want? Write it down as if you're writing a script in a play, okay? Then you're going to make a decision. You can revise it as you go along every day as you develop that belief. It takes practice, okay? So the mind is a muscle, right? We have to practice. We're exercising it. So you can refine it as you go along. And you think, actually, I want Venetian blinds, not those blinds. That sort of thing is fine. And that level of detail would be great, okay? Because you're then, that vision that you have you want it to be as specific as possible, because then that has its own specific frequency. Okay, that vision of that house or that vision of that person, by the way, you're not putting a face on the person, you're just imagining the qualities of the person, and we can do that in a separate session if you want. But that vision, that's very specific vision, is therefore a specific frequency. And you will start, when you're vibrating high, you're actually going to be getting onto that frequency of where your vision lies, and that's why you're then attracting it into your life. And that's how the law of attraction and the law of vibration works. So, hope that helps. Thank you everybody for joining on. Absolutely an honour to be guiding you through this. I'm learning too, I'm on my own journey, and it's lovely to be learning together. So thank you for being here, and I will be uploading this to YouTube, IGTV, and to my podcast as well. The podcast is called Life You Want, and is currently available on Spotify and will be available on iTunes soon. So thank you very much. To love and light and life mastery, people.